The way we block people, no, the way we start banning people from platform, I just random thought. Sorry. Yeah, we remove people from platform because they've misbehaved in a way. Let's say Tate, right? We removed him from the platform. He goes elsewhere. What now? What if you remove enough people so that the other platform becomes bigger than your own, and then what's gonna happen then? And can you imagine if you have a person who you disagree with? It's like in a war, can you imagine fighting an enemy that you can't see? Like you have no information on? I feel like that's what happens when you ban someone. You just move them to a platform where you have no reach whatsoever. Well, you probably do, but have no influence on. What if they get big over there? I never understood that. But I also understand wanting to not talk to the person that gives you displeasure. I get it. Aka says, I have super hard time with this. Kinda think you shouldn't ban people, but if you go to the most extreme examples, there are people I'd want to ban. Yeah, I can understand. Yeah. I wish the reason for the ban was like something that everybody agrees on. Yeah, I get you, Aka. Yeah. I think now that I've seen what happens online more now. Oh yeah, this goes back to yeah, go ahead. Yaka was saying, to be honest, maybe the super large scale social media is the problem. Well, yeah. Like Discord servers are probably more healthy than a Twitter feed, yeah. You know what's missing though, when it comes to these interactions? The reason why people act the way they do? Consequences. Let me be a boomer for a second. If you're talking to a person face to face, there's a reason why you don't act the way that you would do online. Well, depending on what kind of person you are. There's a reason why you wouldn't be as confrontational as you would be online. It's all texts, right? There's people hiding behind words, thinking that nothing will happen to them. There's really no second thought when it comes to these things. But that's because there is no consequences. There's no acknowledgement of the person on the other side. It's almost like driving a car, right? When you're angry at a driver, you're not angry at the driver, you're angry at that car who cut you off. You're angry at that car that decided to like go out of lane suddenly and then merged into your lane. You don't really know that person. You've never seen that person, but you see that car, and that car is an object. So you go, grr. And then Jesus take the wheel once they stop the car, and then they get out of the car, and it's this big guy. It's this guy with tattoos all over his face. Naka says, having a discussion with a friend can also be heated, but usually there's some effort of understanding that you're on the same side. Yeah. That, I think you and I had this issue before, no? Because you had this differentiation. Like you had this clear line of like online friends and in real life friends, right? I didn't have that. Oh, you value online friends, they're probably best friends? But they're definitely different to IRL. Right. Yeah, I mean, there's limitations that comes with your online friends. Like, you obviously can't go out and do things together. That's what you do online, but physically you kind of just stay still, huh? You don't really get this this feel of being able to do something together. Nothing changes. You're still hitting that keyboard, you're still moving that mouse. Like I says, no, but you also know each other on a different level. Yeah, I think emotionally, I'm able to connect with people better on like a personal level. I think I'm more reserved when I'm in real life. Because it's like if we met, we could totally not get along. Yeah, because some senses are missing, right, when it comes to online interactions. You don't smell the other person. I think if I smell the other person and then they smell foul, I'm probably not going to go close, right? And maybe appearance as well, that might affect. Like I'm a lot more comfortable being around Asians, obviously, because of the way I am. In real life, I mean, right? And I'm worried that Aussies talk to me sometimes because they talk a lot, and using English exhausts me a lot. If I'm required to like respond right away, like each time, they say something and it's so easy for them, and then I have to think of a response, and then I have to think about, am I saying this right? Wait, is this English? A second thought, a third thought, a fourth thought, and then it leaves my mouth. And then I have to do that in like a second of a time frame. Or I could just speak broken English to a lot of Asians. and I feel at home. I feel very comfortable. It is a skill issue, you're right. Not every person who grew up like me is not like me. It might be just me. I've known this, it was more than 10 years ago, but there was a half Japanese, half Scottish kid that I got to know through Facebook. He was both fluent in Japanese and English, and he was fine. Like, he was just switching language. Mom would be speaking in Japanese and then he would respond in Japanese, but the father also understands Japanese, although he's Scottish and he has Australian citizenship. Then when they're including me in the conversation, for some reason they switch to English. But they can manage. He had a sister. My sister was also the same. I remember feeling a little jealous that they have this brain speed to be able to do that. I feel like I'm too slow. Yeah, Aka, you speak 2 languages, right? Or probably more, who knows? Probably not an intelligence thing? What could it possibly be? If I could figure this out. But I don't know how language works. But yeah, you speak, you're a multilingualist, right? So when you're talking in English, are you translating it in your head? Because I'm not, and I feel like you don't either. But Jelly does. And that makes it very hard for her to like articulate what she wants to say. But she's pretty confident in like just speaking in general. Like, she's not a confident person, but she's very confident when it comes to the things that she says. Like I says, I used to a lot, but not as much anymore. You used to think in German and then translate it in English, but not as much anymore. Okay. Like I says, when I try to say something emotional, I always think of it in German, then translate. Oh yeah, because you can expand on it more with the language that you're most used to, yeah. I think in the first year, and I'm glad I did this, like first year of moving to Australia, I think I was in I don't know if I want to say lucky, but I was in a position where I couldn't use my mother tongue. So I was pretty much like forced to rely on a language that I don't even know how to speak in. Right, Aka says like when I feel, like when I feel, say my brain isn't crying in English, it's crying in German. Right. When I feel sad. Right.